Wow, just when you think these social media platforms couldn't go any lower, they go ahead and do so. It was just recently I learned, and I'm sure many of you had learned, that Meta will be using all the data more or less fed into Instagram to feed its AI model, Emu, there. And that the opt out process is almost to near impossible for many people. So by default, it's going to be turned on, and you have to jump through hoops, if it's even possible in your country and region, to even get out of it, right? This is absolutely crazy. And I feel like this is just the tipping point. This is just the break point now for myself and a lot of other people on these platforms, these artists on these platforms using these. This has been building up for a while now. I know I've been getting increasingly more frustrated using these social platforms, to kind of connect with you guys, of course, to run a business. There's a lot of parts that go into this. But of course, I know a lot of people, myself included, has been struggling to get good exposure, to get organic exposure. They want to make us pay, for ads and pay for that exposure because they are, of course, social platforms. There is an over-dominance of non-art related content, though that is more or less to be expected. But, funny memes and videos are certainly taking priority over our hard, made creations. And now this year, generative AI comes in and tosses everything, all of these fields, our industry, upside down. If you're new here and haven't heard so much about that, maybe you've been living under a rock. But there's AI out there called ChatGPT, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and a lot of artists and a lot of creators out there have problems with this, and rightfully so. It works by taking our data, right, our hard handmade kind of creations, our art, and it takes it and basically uses that as a base to kind of build new types of images. But these are still derivative of us, and these were taken without our consent, and we are not getting compensated for any of it either. So anyone in the world can basically just put a text prompt in, and it's going to basically build an image made from all existing imagery on the internet. So we're dealing with that on top of platforms like Instagram continuing to try to exploit us creators. So if you're new here, my name is Tyler Edlin. I've been an artist and creator on all these kinds of platforms now for close to 15 years. And I'm going to talk about the state of some of these social medias and potentially this new solution that seems like a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So let's get into it. So why do us as artists and creators stay on these big platforms if we're constantly being exploited, taken advantage of, and all of our data without our permission is being harvested so other people, right, corporations, corporate greed, can make money off of our work? Why do we stay on there? I think really the only reason is a lot of us do run businesses on there, and the one good thing about them is they have a very high population of actual people, because it's not just artists, right? It's non-artists. And that's a double-edged sword in itself, because of course these big data-driven companies stepped in and really kind of shake things up all the time. But essentially, right, there's a much higher rate of virality. Like, we can reach much higher numbers when it's not just artists in our pool. So yeah, like, we always like to think of there's prospects on a platform like this. But I'll tell you, there were times where there were just art exclusive communities. These were beautiful times. I'm talking times like 2005, when there was like literally just DeviantArt, and the sense of community was exceptionally strong, and it just felt great to be part of a smaller little group. And of course, eventually, awesome blogs and sites like conceptart.org stepped in, and those were wonderful as well. Great way to build and foster friendships. So it's nice. That's what I'm saying. It's nice to, okay, we have these social media platforms that we do share with non artists, but it's also nice to have a place where us creators can kind of connect. And that's what my feed blew up all over this weekend with, was this app called Cara. Now, apparently it's been in development for a few years and been, available in a beta form to the public as far back as a year ago. But this weekend, its user base, from what I heard, shot past like 300,000. A lot of people are just jumping ship, especially after the opt out fiasco over at Instagram. I had a reel about that. Now, this app is essentially created by artists for artists. It was created by Jinga Zhang, which is a well known photographer. Sorry if I butchered your name. And this app focuses on art content. What's nice, because it's basically combining the community aspects of DeviantArt, some of the social aspects, of course, like Twitter, being able to repost, and of course make like repost and being able to post yourself for up to 5,000 characters long. And right now it's not costing anything. But the reason why so many artists are jumping and switching over, it's pretty much a big anti-AI community. They have partnered with Glaze, and they hope to protect any artwork that is there from entering these AI training data sets. So right now, it's a great place. There's no ads, and it's entirely art-driven content. Real art, none of that fake AI bullshit. So yeah, there are automatic AI detection tools in place, which is great. There is some user issues right now because it is pretty much independently owned. They were a very small company until this last weekend. So there are some technical issues. I've been on the platform for about 5 days now, and I've had some trouble just kind of uploading and going through things. I'm sure in the future these things will be worked out, but I'm just giving you guys a heads up. And the other great thing, that it's pretty much all artists, right? There's no general public. So I could see, though, that people that might run galleries, they could probably make an account there. People that are art directors, people that are like, run studios, they could probably go on there and snatch up some art talent for some jobs. But I don't think you would find basically general people to find commissions and maybe to even sell things yet. Because essentially we're just marketing to other artists right there currently. So there's pros and cons to that aspect of it. But even so, if it's a community like DeviantArt and conceptart.org, because of the exclusive art community aspect of it, there are, and you will make fewer overall interactions, but those interactions generally I find are always much more meaningful and much more impactful, on yourself, and they are worth maintaining. My main concern at this point is the sustainability of this. This all sounds great on paper. It's working pretty good right now. But how is a small company like this, which is pretty much independently financially driven, how are they going to be sustainable, right? So I don't see any way around it. They're going to have to bring in ads or some kind of subscription model or any other revenue stream to make this work long term. And I don't blame them. But I don't see any way around that. But I'm very optimistic at this stage. Of course, you don't want to rely on any one app to do everything to maintain your whole social media presence. I don't think that is ever wise. I'm not going to just suddenly drop my YouTube or my Instagram and stuff, though I'm going to certainly post a lot less there for now. And I don't blame anyone that is completely jumping ship. Nothing beats just building up a good old-fashioned mail list, which I do have link below, guys. I'm going to be running some summer deals. Make sure you sign up for some awesome freebies. Still the best way to contact people directly. But yeah, I don't know if you guys ever got to experience some of those true art-only online community platforms like I did back in the day. Because I definitely recommend to at least give it a shot. The positivity there is always awesome. The ability to build fewer but higher quality connections, is a huge draw. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you just kind of social media fatigued, or is it more detrimental to you to just see another platform kind of pop up that you're going to feel obligated to kind of run with? Are Are you guys going to make an account over there on Cara? I'm going to have mine linked below, but let me know in the comments if you made one. I'd love to check it out. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video.